Here, we're gonna watch a little video here. We're gonna watch some candy, alright? Let's meet the guy who spent $30 million on a border wall. Yeah, Vacation Wolf, it's not great. Also, welcome to the community. I see that you hit the follow button like 4 hours ago. Thank you for being here. Paladin lost? Yeah. Without naming names or pointing any fingers or telling any stories that aren't mine to tell? Yeah. Fuck Gearbox.
Tommy, you have designed a big wall. Had people try to go up and over it?
I feel that this is the Lamborghini of walls.
It's got a very aesthetic look to it.
Wait, what?
So this is a story about an individual called Tommy Fischer. He built a 3-mile wall. The next step was, can I sell it? That hasn't happened yet.
And what was it like to have the president check out the...
He bought a 3... Wait. This is a Lamborghini of walls. It's just like a dinky metal wall. What are you talking about, dude? It's 3 miles of wall, and it ain't even the Great Wall of China quality over here.
Prototype today.
The larger it is, the better it is because it's very hard to get over the top.
He completed the wall in early 2020, and since then has been embroiled in various lawsuits. It's one of a kind.
Look at how impressive it is.
This is no ordinary border wall. There are 3 things notable about it. 1, it's located in the Rio Grande Valley, home to more illegal border crossings and more seized cocaine and pot than anywhere else in the country. 2, it's located directly on the banks of the Rio Grande River, where for legal and environmental reasons, construction of a border wall has never been attempted. And 3, it's privately owned by a guy from North Dakota named Tommy Fischer.
We're presently standing on the banks of the Rio Grande River with a 3-mile border protection system behind me, located about 2 miles.
It's a border protection system, guys. It's not a wall. It's not a wall. It's a border protection system.
South of Mission, Texas.
Tommy Fischer built a 3-mile long, privately funded border wall. Most of the land is privately owned, ranchers, farmers, individual homeowners. It's on the banks of the river, which already serves as a natural barrier and also makes it extremely difficult for legal and geographic and environmental reasons to build anything.
To me, when you see it stand up and it'll last the test of time, that's just my feeling.
Tommy Fischer is...
Yeah, what a glorious legacy. A bunch of spiked posts in the ground to keep out the Browns. Yeah, such a great legacy for you.
Midwestern nice. He doesn't see his wall as an object of exclusion.
I'm for legal immigration. Illegal immigration, I'm not.
He sees it as a law enforcement aid. More than that, he sees it as a business opportunity.
I think when President Trump came into office, it gave me an idea that he wanted a very long, linear project, something that was never built in the history of America. So it was more of a catalyst.
I'm sorry, but the amount of synonyms this guy has for wall is really tickling me in all of the right ways right now. It seems like he really wanted a long project of some kind. And I decided I would build him a very nice, elongated defense system. Mr. President, you can't tear down this wall because it's not a wall. You see, it is a next generation laser technological marvel. I give you the posts. These are just long posts.
To say, hey, could their project of this magnitude really be built?
Joining us now for reaction is a CEO who submitted one of those prototypes.
The first time any private organization has built border wall on private land.
Joining us to talk about all of this is Tommy Fischer.
Look at all of these news companies just like creaming their jeans over a guy who built like a mediocre wall.
Next step was, can I sell it and
My
make back my
female
money
wife
on
is
it, or
impressed by
commission somebody to get me to do more of these?
After the 2016 election, Fischer mounted a right-wing media blitz to pitch his wall-building services in Washington, and attracted attention from a nonprofit named We Build the Wall, founded by triple amputee Iraq War veteran Brian Kolfage and Steve Bannon, who would go on to pay Fischer $6.9 million.
We Build the Wall gave him several $1 million to build one structure, pretty short structure, in New Mexico.
we gave him $6.9 million to build an elongated structure of a barrier nature along the Rio Grande River. It is an elongated, tall structure designed for the ultimate in defensive capabilities. God damn it.
They built it.
Encouraged by this first structure, Fischer starts construction on a second wall, this one near the Rio Grande, funded by We Build the Wall. The group sends him a first payment of $1.5 million, but then the payment stopped, and the legal troubles started.
Fast forward to summer of 2020, Bannon and his alleged co-conspirators are arrested for essentially defrauding their supporters. They're alleged to have run out of money, and they stopped sending money to Tommy Fischer.
Oh no, who could have seen this coming? What will the elongated wall-like structure barrier become?
Fischer wasn't implicated, and decides to fund the rest of his wall using his own money. But yet again, the project is met with legal troubles.
He's sued by the federal government, which says
Okay, wait. I'm sorry. I feel like if you get into a situation where the initial funding for your wall scheme is directly related to a fraudster's, I feel like you get into that situation, the solution isn't, I'm going to now throw $27 million more at it. I feel like that's not the solution to get you out into this hole you've dug yourself. I can't believe this brilliant plan backfired. I know, who would have thought? Who would have thought?
you can't do that because you could screw with the Rio Grande River
Committing
and it's
fraud
going to
on
move
your
the
own voters to
U.S.-Mexico
own the
boundary.
kids.
He's sued by a wildlife preserve called the National Butterfly Center, which says essentially you're going to flood our property and drown our butterflies.
The North American Butterfly Association was granted a temporary restraining order to stop construction of a border wall.
I'm sorry, this keeps getting funnier. We're not even done with it. Literally, a butterfly association managed to stop his I guess legacy, his legacy of Midwestern friendliness, aka a spike-topped post wall. Stopped by a bunch of butterflies. Look, I'm sorry, if you could be the villain in a Fern Gully movie, you're not doing good in the world, all right?
Fischer contested the suits, and even as federal prosecutors hover around We Build the Wall, his company is given contracts to build federal wall sections in Arizona and Texas.
Fischer was granted over $2 billion
What?
in federal.
Why? He was given $2 billion? That is so many dollars to give someone. Why?
Wall building contracts.
But then Joe Biden won the 2020 presidential election.
There will not be another foot of wall constructed on my administration.
Oh, thank God. Thank God. Thank goodness.
But all of this doesn't stop Fischer from pushing for his wall. After Biden's election, Fischer's project gets renewed momentum from a growing crisis at the border.
This morning at the southern border, more than 15,000 migrant children are in federal custody.
Yeah. We really need this 2-story long wall to prevent all of those malnourished and desperate children from coming into the United States. Nothing says friendly Midwestern values than a giant wall designed to keep out hordes of dying children. God, go fuck yourself if you're for a border wall. Like, if your argument is literally, we need a giant wall to stop all of the kids from coming here, children coming into America, that would be awful. Keep those dirty brown kids out of America. Like, no. Let them in, give them houses, give them food, give them an education, and give them a fucking chance. Yeah, like Jesus said, keep those fucking kids out.
EV bottles and shoes, and we saw this all over along the border.
A group of 80 migrants, including many children, turned themselves in after making the dangerous trek across the Rio Grande.
The Biden administration has been greeted with a large influx of migrants from Central America. And
notice, by the way, they'll say migrants and not children. You know, they'll label the children as migrants. We need to protect our white children from interacting with all of these non-white children. Like, that's like the underlying argument here.
Fischer is arguing essentially that his wall is going to solve this issue. Fischer built his wall in South Texas because there is almost no federal wall that exists in South Texas at all. Almost all the federal wall that was built during the George W. Bush administration, the Obama administration, and the Trump administration is in California, New Mexico, and Arizona.
Us coming from America, we're a country of laws. I was always for that if we could help assist that and help our government and help every single American, you know, we want to be on.
So instead of yeah, I always believed in helping every single American. So instead of spending my money to, you know, create a system to ease hunger or homelessness or anything like that, yeah, I decided I was going to build a fucking wall to keep brown kids out of America.
On the leading edge.
He successfully created a proof of concept, and he's trying to get Texas maybe to buy it, but at $20 million a mile, that's a tough ask.
My hope is that the new administration would come down and talk to the boots on the ground that could see something that was built on the Rio Grande that could have so many multiple purposes. Not only could it be for border protection, but it could also be for a public use, bike path, different things.
But someone...
Hey, fun fact. The average cost to house a homeless person is actually around $35,500, okay? Or $600, we'll say. We'll round up. So with $6.9 million, so divided by 35,600, he could house almost 200 people for an entire year. And instead he chose to build a fucking wall. And he got $2 billion in contract. So actually let's up this a little bit. $2 billion. Wait, let's see. All right. So we got 2,6,900,000. All right. Divided by 35,600. Wow, he could have instead used all of that money to build facilities to house 56,000 people for an entire year. Wowee. How about that? But no. Gotta use that money to keep the Browns out.
I would argue that Tommy Fischer's 3-mile wall does not in fact address the issue. The Government Accountability Office testified that it had not developed any way of measuring whether border fencing had any effect.
There is this question, do border walls work? It's hard to say.
Do border walls work? I don't know, let's ask the Mongols. Did the Great Wall of China keep the Mongols out? Did that work? Did that work? I don't know, maybe we can take some lessons from history on the effectiveness of walls related to borders. What good is a 3-mile wall I can walk around? Also, what good is a wall that you can literally take a ladder to and climb over? What good is a wall that you can literally, like, catapult objects over? What good is a wall to stop any of this from happening? Aside from just ensuring the suffering of children. Like... It's true, Paladin lost. The Berlin Wall was pretty effective once they spent, like, all of their money making sure that anyone who tried to get over it got shot immediately. Also, most illegal I think, like, almost 50% of illegal immigration occurs via airplane and through legal border crossings. And the vast majority of drug trafficking doesn't come in over the border. It comes in through ports of entry. But let's finish this.
If you're an immigrant seeking asylum, they're not trying to evade law enforcement at all. They're often walking right up to wherever the border fence is. So in that sense, no wall.
Wait, the vast majority of the 452 miles is replacing existing structures at the border that had been built by previous U.S. administrations. What the fuck?
Texas is going to address that issue.
Oh, that's right. Steve Bannon got a pardon. God damn it. Our world is such a silly place. Our world would be so silly and funny and hilarious if it didn't entail the suffering of people. Like, if this guy could just be, like, some dumb asshole doing his own thing out in the middle of nowhere, it'd be funny, right? It'd be funny, like, him ineffectually committing so much time and energy to this project. But instead, he commits all his time and energy to a project that effectively hurts kids. All right, I'm gonna need a palate cleanser, and the palate cleanser I'm gonna watch here is a trailer for the remade version of Dead Space. I'm extremely excited about it, and I'm also excited that currently I don't know of any ongoing sexual harassment allegations at EA, though I'm sure there are. Yes, I am. It's me, Natalie Marie. Dead Space is one of my favorite games. This game has one of my favorite openings of all time. Get more good Dead Space games. What is this from Parkside Twan?
But when only 5 pickers showed up this morning to harvest his sweet potatoes, farmer Keith Smith saw possible ruin, the loss of his $500,000 crop.
They're running scared because of this new law.
And you're in trouble.
I'm in trouble, bad trouble.
Smith's 200 acres need 20 pickers, mostly Mexican nationals.
There is not enough documented people here to supply that workforce.
Most of your workers
are here illegally.
That's sure. If they got documentation, they got a better job working for me.
Fernando Aldeman, a Mexican national, has worked Smith's farm since 1992.
Everybody's just scared.
Yeah.
Now, are you here legally? No.
No.
So, are you scared?
Yeah, I'm scared. I'm scared, you know.
Smith's pickers make about $100 a day. He supports immigration laws, just not this one that threatens his third-generation family farm.
You want to get rid of illegal immigrants, quit eating. And that's for everybody. That's, nationwide. If you want to get rid of them, quit eating. That'll solve the problem.
Based. I didn't have the video up. God damn it. All right,
but
we'll
when
watch
only
it again.
5 pickers showed up this morning to harvest his sweet potatoes, farmer Keith Smith saw possible ruin, the loss of his $500,000 crop.
They're running scared because of this new law.
And you're in trouble.
I'm in trouble, bad trouble.
Smith's 200 acres need 20 pickers, mostly Mexican nationals.
There is not enough documented people here to supply that workforce.
Most of your workers are here illegally.
That's sure. If they got documentation, they got a better job working for me.
Fernando Aldeman, a Mexican national, has worked Smith's farm since 1992.
Everybody's just scared.
Yeah.
Now, are you here legally? No.
No.
So, are you scared?
Yeah, I'm scared. I'm scared, you know.
Smith's pickers make about $100 a day. He supports immigration laws, just not this one that threatens his third-generation family farm.
You want to get rid of illegal immigrants, quit eating. And that's for everybody. That's, nationwide. If you want to get rid of them, quit eating. That'll solve the problem.